Well, welcome everyone. We'll go ahead and get started. I'm Tanya Mills. I'm your FAMP membership chair. Would like to first thank you all for registering and joining and supporting our industry. We appreciate you becoming members, and especially for joining us today for us to show you some of the benefits that you have with the FAMP. I've been a lifelong member. I started on the board just a couple of years ago, and I do live in the Palm Beach area, part of the Broward chapter, but I do travel throughout the state. So I try to get to as many events as possible, hoping to meet a bunch of you in person at one of our next events would be awesome. So we're going to take you through a few slides today. We'll introduce a couple folks along the way. If you guys do have questions, this webinar is absolutely for you guys to show you the benefits with your membership. So feel free to speak up, ask questions, comments. You can also use the chat feature if you prefer to put them there, and we'll check those periodically. And then when we get through these slides, we'll do a quick demo of our portal to show you where exactly to find all the benefits we're talking about. And if anyone, we'll try to get through it in as close to 30 minutes as possible. So if anyone wants to stay on after, we'll do some Q&A as well, or introduce those of you on the call and let you meet some of our team. So be sure to unmute yourself rather at that time towards the end. We can share this information with you as well. You can certainly write anything down, but we've got some contact information in here that we'll be sending out to you after the webinar. So don't feel like you have to write everything down on each screen. Okay, so I'd like to start. We do have Linda Knowlton with us today. She's our current FAMP state president. She's been involved with the FAMP for almost 15 years now. She'll be ending her two-term presidency in August of this year, but she is still with us today. So she's been on the executive committee for 5 years and has chaired various committees throughout those years. When she was asked 15 years ago why she got involved with FAMP, her response was definitely clear. And it was, if we do not get involved in this association to help protect this industry, then who will? So without further ado, Linda, our state president, would like to have her say a couple words to you guys.
All right. Well, thank you, Tanya, and thank everyone that is on today. Again, this is something that we have been excited about as far as new member Zoom. People, all of you become members, and then it's like, okay, well, what's next? And I think we've all been there, whether it's in this association or even volunteering for other, life events and nonprofits. But FAMP is your association. As a member, it's your group, your industry. And it was founded back in 1960, and it was called the FAMB, Florida Association of Mortgage Brokers. And in 1973, we actually, FAMB at that time, founded NAM, which is the National Association of Mortgage Brokers. And we're really kind of proud of that, because as Florida, we are one of the strongest states in our industry and continue to be. And many associations, including the National Association, look at us and look at what we have done and trended over again since 1960. But we have been, fighting and being your advocate in Tallahassee and DC for many, many years. And there are many people on this call today, a part of our team and our leadership team, that just recently traveled to DC again to talk to legislators and congressmen and congresswomen about our industry and the needs and the wants, and be the voice. So it is your voice that we're here today. And we just want to kind of introduce you to the association, introduce you again to our team. We have many chapter presidents that Tanya will be introducing as well. So I'm going to turn it back to Tanya and take it away.
Thank you, Linda. So we'll move to the next slide. We'll show you a little bit about where we are and the numbers and the location. So we do have over 1,500 members. We do break out between professional members, affiliates, corporate memberships. And actually, is Sandy Garcia on the call? I think she's our newest corporate membership. I don't know if I think she's on the call. Let's see.
I am. I'm here. Thank you, Tanya.
Hey, Sandy, my pleasure. You want to just tell us what chapter you're with and what company you did the corporate membership with?
I'm with Paramount Residential Mortgage Group, and we just joined the Gulf Coast chapter.
Welcome.
And we're excited.
Thank you so much. Absolutely. Thank you for taking advantage of that membership. That is something that we added fairly recently. So we're growing that corporate membership area a bit, and thank you for being a big part of that. So you can see here on the map that we do have the 7 chapters. Jacksonville, Central is the Orlando area, Gulf Coast is Tampa Bay, Suncoast is the Sarasota market, with the Southwest being in Fort Myers, and then we go over to Miami and up to Broward and Gold Coast, which covers Palm Beach and Broward counties. So that's sort of the breakdown there. I'll introduce our member chapters later on. Here is our executive committee. So you met and just heard from Linda, our president, our vice president, Orlando Diaz. He's down in the Miami area. We have our current treasurer, Nathaniel Bittman, who is also with Gulf Coast in Tampa Bay. We have Christopher Leppert, the secretary, also of Gulf Coast, Tampa Bay area. Gino Morrow in Broward. And then, of course, our great team here, our management company, our executive director, Valerie Smith, and our account manager who's helping to run this call, Courtney Ham. All right, so we'll move on to the next slide if you don't mind. This is just, we'll show you guys our portal actually at the end of this. So we'll give you an idea of some of the events we have coming up. We actually have one next Tuesday, but I'll be sure to show you guys that on the portal when we get to that slide. But this is a great way to check out our calendars of upcoming events that we have going on. On our next slide here, this is what we want to let you guys know in a few easy steps how to get the most out of this membership. It's really just 3 easy steps. And step 1, of course, attending any events that you can. We'd love for you to get to at least 1 per quarter. Certainly if you have someone available in your local market, we do online and in-person events. So we'd love to have you do that. There's a lot of opportunities with fundraising events, charities that we do, as well as the networking with peer-to-peer. You get to meet some great people, share best practices, and meet a lot of our affiliate members as well. And here's some great pictures of those people making that happen at some social and some networking events, which is awesome. Thank you for those pictures. Okay, so step 2 is in the volunteer portion of this. We definitely would love to have you guys in any capacity that you're interested in, certainly volunteering at your local chapter level. We do also have our annual convention and trade show. You can we have a ton of committees available as well. So if you have a particular interest, if it's political action committee or government affairs or membership, if you would like to be a part of that, we'd love to have you. But there's multiple different committees that you guys could join and help participate on. If you're interested at some point becoming a membership chair, that's also great, local level and state level. We love to have new ideas and input from all of you to help make this organization the best that it can be for all of you. That's why we're here. It is your industry and your voice, and we want you guys to be a big part of it and speak up when we have these different events going on or different committees and different initiatives that we're working on. So here's some more of that in the action with the speakers. We'll go to the next slide. So step 3 of this is to absolutely participate and engage. And I know it sounds simple to say you only get out of it what you put into it. We do all get very busy. We have a lot going on with work in our lives. I can tell you a couple years ago when I was asked to step up and really participate and engage and be more than just a member, it was life-changing for me. I would say professionally and personally, it's been really great. I knew a lot of the people in this organization just over the years, but to really step up and be able to serve and get to know these people and make an impact on our industry was amazing. And I will say this too, 2 years ago, when I was first invited to join, I had the pleasure of sitting next to someone. It was my first meeting. I was a little bit nervous, and he said to me how amazing this has been for him and the impact that it's made on his life. So if it's okay, I'd like to call on Brian Cronin to just share with you kind of what he shared with me.
Yes, good morning, Tanya. Thank you. Good morning, everybody. Welcome. We're glad that you made the decision to join us. There's a lot of exciting things going on, and we can't do it without you. So just first and foremost, thank you. Back in 2016, on a whim, I went down to the annual convention and just said, hey, let me get into the golf tournament. Maybe I'll meet a couple people. Well, the first person I met was our current president, Linda Knowlton, and you could almost say we've been inseparable ever since. I got signed right up. I live in Tallahassee, and I joined her chapter down in Fort Myers. So it's only a 6.5-hour drive for me to get to our meetings. So that's fun. You know, I really think that I am the living example of you get out what you put into it. Like Tanya, professionally, but even more personally, I've made friendships that will last a lifetime, well beyond any time that you know, no longer on this earth. So it's just, and I've been able to meet people in this industry I never thought I would. People who will take my call, return my call. So I just really, I'm the living example of that. So I would definitely encourage you to get involved, because I promise you, you will get so much out of it. And we really do live by the model, your industry, your voice. I mean, I'm in title. How often does a title guy can say they have a voice in this industry? Well, I do, and I cherish that. I'm actually out in California working on behalf of FAMP today. So, you know, we will go anywhere, anytime to help our members and make our lives better in the industry that we earn a living in. So, you're welcome to call me as a lender and affiliate chair if I can help you in any way. If you're looking to attend events and other chapters, you're not sure who to call, where to go, I will help you with that. Anybody in this organization would help you, but you feel free to reach out to me, and I'll do anything I can to help you. So, Tanya, thank you for the time. And again, thank you for joining us, and welcome.
Thank you so much for sharing, Brian. Yes, Brian and Linda are both out in California representing us and getting some great meetings going on there for us. So thank you guys for jumping on this call in the middle of all that you've got going on out there in the different time zone. So thank you. So we'll move on to the next slide. And this is Deuces Wild. This is our upcoming trade show and convention that we have. It's a great theme for us. We're very excited about it. And in just a little bit, I'll be introducing our chair for that committee to share a little bit of information with you. We would love for you guys to attend. I'll let her share the codes that we have available and a little bit about what's going on in just a second here. We'll move on to the next slide. I'll show you a little bit from what we had in previous. This was our theme last year. It was Back to the Future. It was a really great time. So for those of you, if you didn't attend last year, it was pretty incredible. I think this year is stacking up to be even bigger and more exciting. The Deuces Wild theme is pretty incredible. So if Dawn, we'll move to the next slide. I'll let Dawn Bennett share a little bit of information with you. Dawn, are you available?
I am, thank you. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for being here today. And yes, our trade show, the dates are August 17th through the 20th. The actual show is the 18th and 19th. It's at the Carib Royale in Orlando. This year we have over 100 exhibitors. We have amazing speakers, industry speakers like Barry Habib, Rob Chrisman. We have 10 other speaking sessions that are just so important, especially with right now, what's going on with our industry, to come there and get all this valuable education and guidelines is just so important. We also have some great events. We have our luncheon with Richard Fowler and Lawrence Jones from Fox News. We have our annual golf tournament. We have our casino night, which is dinner, dancing, casino games, everything. It's going to be a lot of fun. We have our reception, our welcome reception given by Nan on Wednesday. And also very important, our CE classes. We'll have CE classes on Wednesday and Saturday. And a little note, what they were saying about volunteering, you know, we'll be sending out volunteer requests for the trade show. How I got involved in FAMP was volunteering at the trade show. I volunteered for 2 hours. I ended up there 4 days, and 8 years later, I'm still there every year. And now the past 2 years, I've been chair. And this organization has really changed my life, both personally and professionally. And you really want to get involved. You want to meet these great people. We have a lot of fun, but we also do a lot of work, and it's really important work to our business. So I hope I see, and you can pre-register on rfamp.org, and it's free for the trade show and the speaking sessions. The code is entry 22, and it'll be on there. You'll see it on there when you go to register. Even if you're up in the air about coming, put your registration in, because it's only for a limited time that you'll get it free. We will be charging at the door. So I really hope to see you all there. Please come up and say hello. I'll be the one with Brian and Courtney and Linda running around with our heads cut off, but we will be around, and I hope everyone will come by and say hello.
Thank you, Dawn. She really does do a great job, and that whole team, a really amazing job putting on an incredible, it's the largest in the nation, the one that we have here in the state of Florida. It's a really amazing event that they do, and Dawn's done an incredible job the couple of years that I've been involved. So we will show you, though, that code that she mentioned when I demoed the portal for you. We'll make sure to show you that as well. So on the next slide, we'll have a few extra benefits. The CE classes that she mentioned, we do those at that show and also around the state. The pre-licensing classes, the boot camps, and the webinars, we'll show you where to find those on the portal as well. And so the next slide here, we have this on the left, that logo icon is for Brokers Helping Brokers TV. And then we also have a video library. So all the webinars that we offer online. And again, those of you, if you just joined, you chose a chapter, probably the one closest to you or in the proximity. But you also have access to everything that goes on at all the states, at all the chapters. And we'll show you where you can access all of that. But all the webinars that we do are recorded. You can go back and watch if you missed one, or if you want to just go back and refresh on some of the information, as well as the BHB TV. That is Brokers Helping Brokers. We actually have a video that's been recorded, part 1 and part 2 on that as well. If you're interested in finding out more about that, it's an app that you can download on your phone today through the App Store or Google Play as well. Just a couple of the extra benefits that we have for you. On the next slide, one of the additional things that we do for you guys is government affairs. So that's, if you'll take note of that hashtag, your industry, your voice. I heard a couple of us mention that. We like to use that in the social media as well, so we can make sure we stay abreast of all the issues and things that we are working on for you. We do have Mike Pearson with us. He's not only one of our chapter presidents, but he is our chair for government affairs on the state level. And if he has a second, I'd love for him to share with you guys a little bit about what we've been working on and some things that may be coming up.
Absolutely. Again, welcome everybody. It's nice to see everyone here. I see Julissa and Karen from our chapter. We met at the last networking event, so awesome to see you guys on the call. I do work on our government affairs group. We have a great team. We have a representation from every chapter, and there's probably 20 or 30 of us that work in this group. So it takes a lot of effort and a lot of things go on. We make a lot of trips, both to Tallahassee and Washington, D.C. this year. And you see some of the pictures on the screen here. We've had a great time this year. There are several bills and things in process that we've been working on. A couple that I'll highlight is number one, the Helper Act. Just a real quick summary. You can get some more information on the website, but the Helper Act is an FHA loan program. As proposed, what it would allow for is 100% financing for firefighters, police officers, EMTs or EMS, and public school teachers. So it would allow a 100% FHA loan for those people. It would have a higher upfront MIP and no monthly MIP. So it's a kind of a targeted affordable housing program. Otherwise, it's a standard FHA program. So it's a bill that we support on the national level. At last look, trying to look here on my notes, at last look, there were 74 representatives signed on to the bill, about 50-50 Democrat, Republican. So it's a bipartisan bill that would really help those heroes in our community. Speaking of heroes, is another program that's I'm sure you've heard of, the Hometown Heroes program here in Florida, a down payment assistance program specific to Florida borrowers in several different types of occupations. We're working on that program. That program currently has a limitation that wouldn't allow for TPO originations, so meaning mortgage brokers and independent mortgage brokers and lenders would not have access to the program. So we've been working pretty hard with the state and the funding sources for that program to open that up to assist our membership on that. So those are a couple of the big items. We're reviewing a couple of constitutional amendments that are coming up this year that involve property taxes. One that would create an additional, here, let me pull up my website so I can to look at it. But one that would create an additional exemption for some homeowners. And there's another proposed amendment that would ease some assessment restrictions for borrowers who are like retrofitting their houses to get out of flood zones or to improve their flood standing. So both those things we're kind of reviewing in the committee, and you should see some more information on that. But That's just a few things. I mean, that's 4 items and then the thousands that we look at every year. So if that's something that you're interested in, please reach out and get involved. We'd love to have your help. We have a special kind of designation within the association. We call them our GA delegates. And those people are kind of our subject matter experts, and they go on trips and do a lot of the lobbying activities and stuff. So if you're interested in that kind of thing, definitely talk to your chapter presidents or up to the state, and we can definitely get you more information and get you involved there. Well, that was a lot, Tanya. Any more?
No, that was awesome. Thank you
All
so
right,
much
cool.
for sharing.
Sorry.
We've got a lot of exciting
take
stuff
up your whole
going
presentation.
on. Absolutely. Thank you again. It is some great information there. So yeah, if you guys are interested, the next slide that we'll get to will show you your chapter presidents and who your representation is. We have a handful of our chapters here represented on the call. So I'd like to give a quick second. I'll introduce and give them a second to say hello and let you know about what they've got coming up in case you're in the area. We'll start with Southwest chapter, Darren Lynch. He is the current president in the Fort Myers area. Darren, are you available?
I am available. Hi, Tanya.
Awesome, thanks.
Hey, welcome to the chapter. For those of you on the call right now, I will be reaching out to you. We've got some stuff coming up here. Our big event, yearly event, is coming up in November, and that is our Benefit for Hearts and Homes for Veterans. We usually have an amazing turnout, and we're expecting the same this year. Again, I'll reach out to you for any other events that we have coming up. We will have a meeting coming up here shortly that will be open up to the members. And if you are interested in joining and getting more involved, please feel free to reach out to me. Thank you, Tanya.
Awesome. Thanks, Darren. And his information is on this slide as well that we'll be sending out to you guys. Next, we'll go to Nick Remillard, who is the president over in our Suncoast chapter that covers the Sarasota-Bradenton market. Nick?
Yes, we're Sarasota, Manatee County. We have a lot of networking events going on. We have one next week. We have a networking planned and a reverse mortgage class. So if you're in the area and want to attend, that's going to be held in Sarasota. The information is on the website. And we have more in the works as well. So we hope that you can join us.
Awesome. Thank you, Nick. Next, we have in Gulf Coast, our membership chair for the Gulf Coast chapter, Ryan Lazeski.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining us on this call. FAMP is near and dear to my heart for sure. For us, we actually have our next social will be at the end of this month. It's actually July 28th at Derby Lane. So if you're in the area, it's the old Greyhound racetrack. And for this, it's open to all members, and we'd love to have you come out. It's where we'll be inducting our new member board. So president, vice president, treasurer, secretary. It's going to be an awesome event. We'd love to see you out there.
Awesome. Thank you, Ryan. We'll go up to Central in the Orlando area. Our membership chair for that chapter is Danny Black, and he's with us today as well.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining. We appreciate your involvement and your membership. We are having a pop-up social next Thursday, and we'll be sending you information on that as well. My contact information is on this slide, so please feel free to reach out to me at any time. But our pop-up social is going to be at Burntwood Tavern in the Dr. Phillips area. And if you haven't been before, it's a really cool place. It'll be a lot of fun. It's from 4 to 7 p.m. And feel free to bring a friend or a realtor, another coworker. We'd love to have you.
Awesome. Thank you, Danny. Thank you. And you already heard from this gentleman, but I'm going to introduce him one more time. He was the Government Affairs Chair. He's also the president of the Broward chapter. So Mike Pearson.
Hi, good afternoon again, everybody. So the Broward Gold Coast chapter, we cover Broward, Palm Beach, Martin, St. Lucie County, and a couple of the western counties around the lake there. So we have a large chapter. We're very active. We do monthly educational webinars. We have one coming up on next week, a week from today, on July 19th. That will be from Share States. That is going to cover some private investment, real estate lending kind of stuff. I can get you more information on that. It's also on our website and the state website. We also have our officer installation and networking event coming up on August 4th. That's down in Pembroke Pines. So if you're in the area, please feel free to join us. I think we've sent out some information, but we have some additional marketing going out tomorrow, I believe, and it's also getting added to our website and the state website, so you can get that information there as well. So, please feel free to reach out. Karen, I haven't forgotten that you're going to help me put together an event up in Stewart, so I haven't forgotten about you. I'll give you a call.
Awesome. Thank you, Mike.
Thank you.
Yeah, Stewart's a little closer to me since I'm in the northern side. And I did actually just register for your webinar with Share Estates. That looks like an awesome one. He's a great guy too. So I'm looking forward to that. On this next slide, we'll show you guys, this will be the last page before we move to show you a quick demo. Again, you can stay in touch with us, our management company, with our executive director and account manager, Valerie Smith and Courtney Ham, with the phone number there as well. And that's their emails. Certainly, we would invite you to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn. We'll send you those handles in an email as well, so you don't have to write all that down. And actually, if I have the ability, I'm going to quickly show you guys my screen. Okay, and I'll log in here. Whoops. 1 second. There we go. Okay. Oops. Yeah. Sorry, I'm having a little bit of difficulty sharing my screen. Here we go. Okay. I think we could see now. So this is the FAMP website. I wanted to show you guys just a couple of things here, where to access the annual convention that we talked about earlier. If you go onto this screen, this is where you can scroll down and see to register. This was the code that she mentioned, just for a limited time, but if you can go ahead and register and get that code in there, you'll get it for free. We'd love to see you, of course, but please be sure to register. So all the information is on this page. Any hotel, if you're interested in the golf tournament, the hotel information and who the sponsors and exhibitors are, you can find all of that here. The events and education page, if you get right here to the calendar, this shows you the events that we have coming up. You can also get signed up for the webinar that Mike mentioned, the one that I just added here. And this was the one that Nick Remillard mentioned that they have with their reverse mortgages event. But you'll see, you can click on the dates here on the calendar when there are events coming up, as well as seeing them over here on the site and getting more information. In the same events and education, this was the FAMP video library that I mentioned earlier, where all the webinars that we do, we record and we post out here for you guys. It's going to make me log in real quick here, but I'll show you how you can access it. Okay. There we go. So this is the video clips to click on here. It does post out there on YouTube for you, but this will show you where you can scroll through by the date. You can rewatch any of the ones that you'd like. I think over here, the BHB TV, or Brokers Helping Brokers TV, this was the part 2. This was the original one here, but you can go back and watch. We had some really great ones too for new loan originators. So any information that you miss or you want to go back and refresh, it's stored here for you. And I'll show you, let me get back to the main page here on membership. I want to show you here, this is our directory. This is something when you guys signed up, it asked you a bunch of questions about what you do and what you offer and that sort of thing. So you can search either over here, for example, if you wanted to find somebody who is an FAMP member and you need an insurance agent, you can click on here and it's going to bring up an entire list of everybody that is an insurance agent that's also an FAMP member supporting our industry. You can fill out a contact form, or you can click here and email directly to them. I think we have Nation's title. Did you go by Dane or is it Danelle? I don't know if I'm saying the name right. I'm not sure if you're also on mute. I'm going to show you, you can look here in title and pull these people up. You can also just go through the main categories. I'm sorry, 1 second. There we go. Let me get back here to the directory and I'll show you here. You can scroll through a list, or if you know the name that you're looking for, if I wanted to type in Nation's title for one of our new members here today, wanted to see what her information was. Here we go. I believe they're on the call today, but this is the way you can look them up and see who they are. And also, like I said, email them there. So this is a great little tool to help us support each other and network within our industry for those that are supporting us. The Helper Act, this is what here's one of the items that we've been working on. There's information here, a video from our current treasurer, Nathaniel Bittman, that you can watch as well. And this was the rally that we had one up in Jacksonville that you can see that sponsored the event. Great turnout. There's some other important stuff over here for you guys. These are resources. The Legislative Action Center, a Career Center, the bylaws, if you choose to read those. We have a committee for that as well, if you're interested in that sort of thing. The FAMP Political Action Committee as well, give you information about that, and the ability to donate. Certainly helps us out when we fight for all of these things we're fighting for in the industry that Mike shared with us earlier. Other information about us, our president's message, the executive committee that we introduced you to earlier, the different committees, our chapters, and our history. So there's a lot of information here on the portal for you guys. I'm going to go ahead and stop the share there. If anybody has any questions or comments or anything that you would like to share for anybody on this call. All right, well, we took a little over 30 minutes, so I appreciate you being on the call with us. Again, we'd like to thank you for your membership and your support. We'll get the information out to you as well if you guys are interested in volunteering. Certainly for the state show and convention that Dawn had mentioned, we'd love to have you guys help out there and get you introduced around and certainly bring you into the fold and have you meet all of us. And we'd love to hear your ideas and thoughts on how we can make this organization the best that it can be for you, because again, it is your industry and your voice that matters. So thank you again for joining us. And if you have any questions afterwards, definitely feel free to reach out.